Welcome to all. Today we are going to discuss the design procedure of Gibb and Gotter joint. Right? This joint is generally used to connect the two rods of square or rectangular section. Right? To make the joint, one end of the rod is formed into a U fork into which the end of the other rod fits in. Right? When a cotter is driven in, the friction between the cotter and the straps of the U fork causes the straps open. This is prevented by the use of a gib. Okay, a gib is also a wedge-shaped piece of rectangular cross-section with two rectangular projections called as lug. Right? This is gib and cotter joint. Right? Gib and cotter is shown in figure. This is cross-section of gib and cotter joint. Right? One side of the gib is tapered and the other straight, right? And the other straight. The tapered side of the gib bears against the tapered side of the cotter such that the outer edge of the cotter and the gib as a unit are parallel. Okay, this facilitates making of slots with parallel edges, unlike the tapered edges in case of ordinary cotter joint. Okay, the gib also provides large surface for the cotter to slide on. For making the joint, the gib is placed in position first and then the cotter is driven in. Right? Let F be the maximum tensile or compressive force in the connecting rod. B equal to width of the strap, which may be taken as equal to the diameter of the rod, small d. Right? H equal to height of the rod end. Small t1 equal to thickness of the strap at the thinnest part. Right? T2 equal to thickness of the strap at the curved portion. T3 equal to thickness of the strap across the slot. L1 equal to length of the rod end beyond the slot. Right? L2 equal to length of the strap beyond the slot. B equal to width of the cotter and gib. T equal to thickness of the cotter. Okay? Let the rod, strap, cotter and gib are made of the same material with sigma c, sigma t and tau as the permissible stresses. Okay, the following are the possible modes of failure and the corresponding design equations which may be considered for the design for the joint. First one, tension failure of the rod across the section of diameter F equal to pi d square divided by 4 into sigma t. Then tension failure of the rod across the slot F equal to BH minus KT into sigma T. Right? BHT as shown in figure. Right? If the rod and strap are made of the same material and for equality of strength H equal to 2T3. Okay? Tension failure of the strap across the thinnest part F equal to 2B T1 sigma T. Right? B and T1 as shown in figure. Okay? Tension failure of the strap across the slot F equal to 2B T3 minus 2T T3 equal to 2T3 minus 2T3 into within bracket B minus T into sigma T. Right? The thickness T2 may be taken as 1.15 to 1.5 into T. Right? And the thickness of the cotter T equal to B by 4. B T3, right? Area under tension, area under crushing, everything is shown in figure. crushing between the rod and the cutter, F equal to ht into sigma c, right, and h equal to 2 into t3. Crushing between the strap and grip, F equal to 2t t3 sigma c. Shear failure of the rod end, it is under double shear, right, F equal to 2L1 H into tau, right, H and L1 as shown in figure. Shear failure of the strap end, it is under double shear, right, F equal to 4L2 T3 into tau, okay. L2 and T3 is shown in figure. Shear failure of the cutter and grip, it is under double shear, it means F equal to 2BT tau. The following proportions for the width of the cutter and grip may be followed. Width of the cutter equal to 0.5b, width of the grip equal to 0.5b, right, width of the cutter equal to 0.45b, okay. The above equations may be proportions suggested, solved keeping in mind the about the various relations and proportions suggested. This reference. Thank you.